Hey folks, it's Jesse again from Digging Appalachia. Today I'm taking some of that smoky quartz that I found the other day, and I just bought a brand new saw. It's my first tile saw. It's the cheapest thing I could afford as far as being able to do anything. And what I did, I pre-polished this side with stadia pads. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this piece off, try to cut it right about here. This is going to be my first time turning this saw on, so wish me luck. But I'm going to take and cut this piece right about here and then basically make a cab out of it. So I don't know if I want to video the actual cutting process. Most of you kind of know what that looks like, but I just don't want to get water splashed all over my phone, and this is going to be my trial run. So keep watching. I'm going to cut this and then I'm going to try to make another cab, like polish the other side and then cut it. And the reason being is I don't have dop sticks, and I don't know how well dop sticks will work on a grinder. Yeah, but we're going to take and see how some of this smoky quartz I found the other day polishes up, and stay tuned. Okay, so here's how that went. I took and cut that little piece. It didn't shatter or anything, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I cleaned up the edges just a little bit with the tile saw there to try to make it a little easier to get a cab out of this. I feel like I got it fairly thin, and it held up. I was surprised it didn't shatter. I'm still experimenting with this stuff, and here's that nice cut edge. So next, what I'm going to do is take and smooth this up with some stadia pads and see how it goes, and then I'll do the same thing and try to cut another slice afterwards. And like I said, I'm doing that just to be able to, kind of hold the stone a little better to polish it with those pads. I'm a little cautious with those things just because I've seen them actually take off like a frisbee. I just got an adjustable RPM grinder, so I'm going to see how that goes today too with that, because I didn't realize how slow you're supposed to use the stadia pads, so stay tuned. Okay, so this is my setup for the polishing end of things, and I'm using a set of these diamond pads, and I'm going to go from 50 grit, which is on here, all the way up to 6,000 grit, or down to, or whatever you want to call it. And kind of out of luck today, I bought this variable speed grinder on eBay. Didn't pay attention, but it has the wrong sized thread there, so it's useless. It doesn't work with any of my grinder parts. I have a couple other grinders, so I'm just going to try this on a high RPM one, just to see how it goes. I know people are probably going to get on me saying that I'm supposed to use a variable speed one, but we're going to get at this and see how it goes, and I'll check in with you after I get about halfway through the pads. Okay, so I'm changing my technique a little bit. I got down to about 800 grit on this piece. I cut it down a little bit on, beveled the sides on it, just kind of before I cut it off on the tile saw. Starting to polish up pretty good though. I mean, I'm at 800, but the problem is I'm trying to use a regular grinder, so I'm getting some battle scars from those pads flying off, and so I went and borrowed an adjustable one off the neighbor here. I'm going to try to see if this one works a little better. I can turn the speed down so these things aren't flying off left and right, but keep watching. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, here we go. This is 6,000. Got up to 6,000 grit on this piece, made a little cab out of it. This is the smoky quartz from South Carolina that I found the other day. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I didn't really polish it back. You can see it's still kind of scuffed up from cutting through it, but polished front. This is my attempt at a little freeform cab. And this piece, I don't know if you can see, I tried to put some facets on it there. Not quite perfectly polished on the facets, but then I'm going to take this and cut it off on the saw, try to get like a nice little cut there and see how this whole thing turns out. I think it's going to make a pretty neat cab when it's done. Still need to do some work to it. It's not finished as far as I can see. The more I'm turning it in the light, the more I'm seeing I have to work on it a little more, but yeah, this is it so far. Well, thanks for watching so far. I'm going to cut this and see how it turns out. Thanks for watching. Okay, and here we go. Thanks for watching, guys. This is me again, back again. This is that little cab. I just cut it on the saw, trimmed up the edges a little bit. I'm still kind of working on polishing the facets up on this, but I'm pretty happy with how this South Carolina stuff cuts and works. I'm going to keep working on this cab, and hopefully we'll come back and have it a finished pendant. I'll probably just make it short if I make a pendant, but keep an eye out. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching Digging Appalachia.